Hey everybody, let's talk diodes. To up your charging when you have a loud stereo in your car and you want to get a little more voltage, like if you're running lithium or whatever. This is a Ford Edge. I'm just kind of going over everything, showing you about it. But here we have the diodes. 4VML is the number on these. It's like diode 1N401. I found these, or 404. I found these on Amazon. They're like $5 for a pack of 50. And you can see how small they are. The size of them is about like a grain of rice with legs on them. Something important to remember is when you add a diode like this stripe, the silver stripe, always points toward the alternator. Now if we look down in here, you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them in a series. I like for this car to charge around 16 volts. So to get it to 16 from the factory 13.8, it took 4 in a series, but each car is different. Sometimes you'll only gain maybe a half volt adding one diode. So you need to add more, and you always add them in a series. So stripe the alternator plug, and there again, stripe pointing toward alternator plug on the second one. And I kind of made a wire here to demonstrate how the diode would go in. If you would hold the phone for me. So this would be the sense wire going to your alternator. Now you're going to cut the wire in half and put these kind of connectors on it. And let's say that this is the side on the alternator would be the female. This is just a wire that I made to kind of show you how to do this. So you find your sense wire. I put a female end on the wire on the alternator side. So we're going to take this diode, and I like to cut these legs kind of short, not really short, but cut them off a bit, then kind of fold it back on itself. So I know that the female side of that is going toward the alternator, so I want to fix this stripe up right here with the male end. Be sure you don't crack the diode itself, but put it in there and crimp it. Some people say to solder them. Soldering's good, but what I don't like about doing the soldering is if you have diodes die and you're out on the road, leaving a competition, going to a competition, you're kind of screwed and you have to cut everything apart. I've had great luck doing this because you can just add and take away as you need to, and these don't overlap. Normally the diodes that I get, or the connectors that I get, they'll overlap with each other, but no worry. Need to crimp this side a little bit better. I felt it move. No worry, no worry. Straighten this back out a little bit. Yeah, the other connectors that I got, they would literally, like, one end would fit over the other end on them, which I can kind of make this fit down in there. Hold on real quick, guys. Let me see here. I might have a plan for this yet. Cut that big end off. And it does slide together. Not as good as I wanted it to, though. But anyway, got the diode. It's in there. You can wrap some tape around this to protect it, because you don't want it like moving a whole lot back and forth. That's usually what happens to these diodes. They break from moving. But on your sense wire, you would just like plug that side in, the other side of your sense wire, the factory wire of the car, you would plug it together like this, and you'd have the diode in the middle. And if you needed to do two more, you could just like unplug, add the second diode in there, and plug the chain back together, and it would be similar to what we have down here. And like I said, you can solder these. I prefer not to solder them, because when I was doing this car, I started with one diode, and then I had to add a second. And a lot of cars, you have way big variances in temperature, or in your charge, from the temperature that you're doing. Like for instance, when it's colder outside, this car will charge like 16.3. And then after the car gets warmed up, it'll drop down to like 15.5. So, or not 15.5, 15.8. So it'll go from 16.3 to 15.8, depending upon how warmed up the car is. And it took me a while to get the voltage where it would get up in the 16s by adding more diodes. So I just shot a quick video to kind of give everybody an idea how to do the diodes, how to add them. And like I said, I like keeping it real short in here. And then you can wrap tape around everything to help kill it's a really thin leg on them diodes, so it'll get rid of that flop. But I hope this helps somebody out. And as always, if you have any questions, message me on here. But everybody, peace out and bass on.